How do we practice non-judgment for potential clients? And this judgment can show up in different ways. One of them being that they are student, they don't have money, they are jobless, they might not have money, or they are a housewife. How will they ask for money? Okay. It could also mean that they are a new mom or they have recently got a new job. They might not be free. So before having all those judgments, what if we are able to shift our perspective, and instead of going through judgment, what if we we treat this situation, what if we behave with curiosity, what if we lead with curiosity? And curiosity would mean openness, not knowing what the answer is. um, Judgment means you have a very fixed framework that this person is this. We have put labels on it, that students are broke. People who are just joining a new job may not have the time. We don't know that. That's also called mind reading in NLP. If any of you have done that, it's called mind reading. And that's one of the ways that we limit ourselves. We try to mind read that. I don't know. I think they didn't pick my call because they don't want to talk to me. How do you know? That's mind reading, right? So, number one, instead of going or leading with judgment, what if we lead with curiosity? And I have uh, an experience to share here. There's one student who approached me way back, like 3 years ago, when I was like 6, 7 months into this business. And I mentioned her. I recently learned that what if I don't judge? Like if they're a student, that's okay. Maybe if they really, really love my service call, my game plan session, my strategy call, my discovery call, whatever you call it, if I really serve them powerfully and they really want to do it, they will create resources for this. I don't want to judge people based on what resources they have, but I would be more curious to see how resourceful they can get, right? So this student, I mentioned that I charge X amount of money, and like this is the program. If you want to work with me, this is what it takes. And she said, um, I have ABC amount. Can you do something about this? I really want to work. Now that's what I call being resourceful. Like the person really wanted to move on in their life. And I said, yeah, instead of 2 months, 2 months, 6 sessions, let's do 1 month and 2 sessions. We can do it. And I believe with the like 5 goals we discussed, how about we focus on three? Instead of 100% progress, how about we focus on 35% progress? Would you still feel better if you are 35% better where you are? Or would it be better if you stay where you are? Right? And she signed up and she worked with me for that 1 month and she had amazing experience working through that. And did you know how did that happen? Do you know how that happened? Because I served her well and I led with curiosity, right? So, how do we create ourselves? Who do I need to be leading with curiosity so that there is no judgment, so that there is so much openness, so much receptivity that there is no room, no space for fixed labels and boundaries, right? And the second point, a very important one, the reason we judge others is because we're trying to mask our own self judgment. That deep down we judge ourselves first. You cannot judge others before or without judging yourself first. The reason you judge others is because you judge yourself. And that's the hard, tough red pill to swallow. The reason I judge others is because I judge myself. I judge myself for being too demanding, too needy, too pushy, not worthy enough of love, not lovable, whatever your story is. The reason I judge others is because I judge myself. And the only way of releasing others of my judgment is by forgiving myself first of my own judgments. And how do I do that? By first acknowledging, by recognizing, by being aware of who I am being when I'm being judging. Who am I being today in this moment when I'm judging? And who do I need to be? Who can I be? What would happen if you stop judging everyone? What would happen if you are on your own team? What if you are your biggest fan? I recently worked with a coach, and I recently had a coach, and he gave me this kind of a monologue. What if you are your biggest fan? And regardless of what you do, you just praise yourself. How would your life look like if you live that way? By being your biggest fan. What would happen if you are your own biggest fan? And regardless of what you do, what you don't do, you have your own back. Regardless of how emotional you get, how reactive you get, how many mistakes you make, regardless of how many mistakes you make, what if you have your own back? What if you are your biggest fan? When we live with that sense, with that being, that releases all the judgment for ourselves first, that forgives every part of our soul. And that's what we need, to love ourselves a little more. And when you love yourself a little more, it gets very easy, it gets very natural to love others a little more as well. What did you learn from this short video? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.